going to be discussing witchcraft. For those of you that don't believe in witchcraft, stay tuned. You may learn something. So, first I'm going to give a small talk on why I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it up because I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and even though I'm part gypsy, it never dawned on me as a child that people believed in magic, curses, etc. I can remember as far back as, I think it was maybe 23, when my mother had, pardon me, some pollen just flew in my nose. I can feel it. It's a tickle. My mother had disclosed to us, her daughters, that when she had agreed to marry her first husband, he had secretly asked another woman for her hand and given her a ring too. Don't ask me. People do very foolish things. So she claimed, my mother claimed, that the other girl's mother would come around and pronounce curses over my mother and her offspring to be. And so my mother believed that curse. And fast forward, as an adult, I have studied witchcraft on my own and innately born with abilities to do magic or to make things manifest. And we call that a natural witch. And I've seen a lot. Suffice to say, when I had my second Botanica metaphysical shop, people would literally come to me and ask me to do all sorts of things to someone that they were into or involved with. And one thing that is still so vivid in my mind, one encounter, was a man who had a reading by me, and after doing the reading, he asked me how much, and I kept looking at him because I had already told him at that time I chose to charge $45 for the readings, and so I was confused. And he signed his name on the checkbook that he had in his hand, and he tossed it at me on the table. He tossed it onto the table, the portion of the table that was directly in front of me. He said, I've already signed the check. Just write in whatever you're going to charge me. And still, I was confused because, again, I've always been the kind of person that I charge you what I charge, and if you want to give me a tip, that's on your conscience. If you want to be nice and give me extra because you feel I gave you a great service, then show that with kindness, and that's that. But I'm not going to tell you, hey, I want a tip. That's just not my style. So again, I was really, really confused. So then I asked him, I said, what are you talking about, please? And he said, so I want you to kill such and such. YouTube, I'm sorry, this actually happened, and I'm not discussing harming people as in that I would actually do it. But people ask you to do some really insane things in magic that you would be flabbergasted about. He said, I want you to kill such and such, and I don't care how you do it, I just want it done. Write the amount. You want 50,000? What do you want? And I looked at him, and of course I blinked back because I've never been that kind of practitioner. I believe in the craft because there's magic everywhere, and interchangeably the word miracle and magic are one. So I looked at him, and of course, you know, with the scowl I just made on video, and I said, you don't have enough money. And he said to me, oh yeah, I do. I promise you I do. I said, no, you don't understand. You do not have enough money to purchase my soul. You don't have enough money for me to darken myself for you. So the answer is no. But, and I told him, because the word literally, there was another tarot reader down the way. And I said, but if you keep walking, those people will be happy, more than glad to help you. And he was trying to pay me for the tarot reading at that point, because he was angry and trying to leave. And I said, you know what? I don't want your money. Can you please just leave? And so I gave him the free reading, because his energy disgusts me so badly that all I wanted to do was have him out of my shop as soon as possible. People will come at you to ask you to do things like that. And I told a person recently that I've had every ethnicity. Stop it, people. I'm going to say this anyway. I've had every ethnicity under the rainbow that you can think of that have come to me, either for a tarot reading or for magic. I have had every walk of life, black, white, brown, tan, whatever, yellow, red, whatever you want to call yourself. I've had every single ethnicity type come to me for either tarot or for magic. Okay? So getting that out into the open so that people can stop their silly nonsense. What do I mean? Least you expect that your ethnicity or your religion would go to somebody like me and ask them to perform magic on you. Pie on your face. You're the fool. You're the ignorant one. You're the person who has that much naivete to believe that somebody, although Catholic, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Jewish, whatever, would never, ever contemplate coming to someone like me and asking for you to be tied and bound to someone, or for your finances to go awry, or for you to have to go into yourself and become insane, for you to have a miserable life and existence. You, my watchers, are wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I had my second Botanica was in a flea market, and that flea market that I was in had a lot of people from Thailand, had a lot of Koreans, people from India, people from America, you know, people from South America, from all over, Germans. You get the message. And as I disclosed in another video, even, you know, a reverend came to see me. So I'm so sorry for you that people are able to get over on you, especially those that don't believe in magic or don't believe the fact that people can do magic. One person that I know called it charms, putting charms on people. I had never heard that term. But obviously, if you know what a charm is, you know that they have to be able to do things like that to you. Okay? I'm just saying. So now we're getting into the talk. Again, don't put it past anybody just because of their ethnicity, just because of their outward belief system, religion, that they would not stoop to the level of doing things to you. Okay? So, the most that I've encountered is, the majority that I've encountered has been trying to keep someone. that people come to me trying to keep someone. By that I mean trying to keep them from leaving. So they would want to do things to the person in order for them not to leave the marriage or the relationship, which were mostly bindings. Mostly bindings. They're called bindings. It's called amarro. So you're amarrado, you're tied and bound to this person, and you can't understand why, no matter how badly you want to leave, no matter how much you know the relationship is over, and that it's not good for you, it's not safe for you to be there, or that you're being manipulated, pardon me, either mind-wise or that you're being told you can't do certain things, or express yourself in a certain way, or you can't wear certain clothes, or you can't take a certain job, or you can't even go to the gym, you can't even go shopping. I know of some women that would come to me. They would come on the down low because their man wouldn't allow them to even go shopping. They'd be calling them. So I'm going to tell you something else. I'm giving myself away. A lot of women and men that were my clients would have me as doctor and then my name. Doctor and then my last name. Because that way, when they had me in their phone, and if somebody looked through their phone, it wasn't suspicious. So if they needed to talk to me and get counseling from me, they could do it without feeling like they were going to get caught somehow or having to explain themselves. But yeah, there were women that couldn't even go shopping, couldn't even go grocery shopping, couldn't even go outside of the apartment or home without getting a phone call. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Same thing with men, a lot of jealousy, and they couldn't even be at work because they got 1,001 texts. So some people would come to me to remove those bindings, to, and it would come out during the reading that they were bound. Not everyone. Please don't get it wrong. Not every single person that doesn't leave a relationship is tied and bound. But some people are. And again, why? Because you would never, ever allow your mind to contemplate that somebody, if not the person that you're with, the family member, because of not wanting the disgrace of the divorce, not wanting to see maybe funds go away from that person or family status, would keep you tied and bound. Or if they know you have a wandering eye, they tie and they bind you. Why? Because they don't want you leaving. And what if you find somebody that you like better than what you got at home? That you jive, that you connect on a real level? With more reason, they will put bindings on your happy butt. It's called cock blocking. Pardon me, YouTube. Pardon me, virgin ears. And it's called P blocking. You know what the word is. Because they don't want that person leaving. You're leaving, the money's leaving. You're leaving, the way of life is leaving. You're leaving, oh, I can't brag about my daughter or son having this marriage that's long lasting, etc. I can't brag about the house you live in. I can't, as a daughter or son, I can't brag about having a daughter that is a millionaire or a son that's a millionaire. I can't brag anymore. I can't brag that I have a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law that work in the medical field or that work as a lawyer or IT or anything, a teacher, right? So they do it for self-preservation of an appearance. And also the nefarious side as well is, I'm keeping you because how dare you want a divorce from my son or daughter. I'm keeping you locked and bound. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Not this. Something else popped. Play it back. I'm keeping you in this relationship because how dare you want to separate from my son or daughter. I'm keeping you bound to this relationship because I'm going to teach you a lesson for wanting to go out there and find something else. I don't care if you're miserable. You're going to be even more miserable. I'm going to tie your nuts. I'm going to tie your pee. I'm going to make sure that you do not even want to go see about somebody else or fall in love with someone else. I'm keeping you here. So what starts happening is through the years, believe it or not, you start seeing changes in your body. From your head to your toe, you start seeing changes, bodily changes. You start having these feelings of, yeah, I want this, but it's too hard. Yeah, I want this, but you feel like you can't seem to get your body to go in the direction in which your mind is telling you should go, or even your heart is telling you should go. You can't seem to do that because you feel like something is always like weighing you down and keeping you where you are. It's because you're bent, tight, and bound. I'm telling you. Maybe you got a charm on you. Why or how you can tell is that the person that you're with always talks about having a different way of life, or always tells you they're really bored and they're very unfulfilled, or they just talk to you about wanting to have a different life that's altogether different than what they have because it's unfulfilled. But here's the catch to that too. Let's say they have a different life, they change their life, they move to another location, another city, another state, another town, another house, and it's just geography. They still keep living the same life over and over and over. Nothing changes except where they moved. Nothing changes except where they moved. They still feel unfulfilled. They still are unhappy. They still demonstrate lethargy, no enthusiasm, and everything is short-lived. Everything in their life is short-lived. The experiences are very short-lived. And then it goes back to the same old, same old. It's because they're being bound to someone. They're being bound to someone. This has always been my rule of thumb. For my own personal life, by the way, again, disclosure. I'm always telling y'all the truth. I don't have anything to hide. When I have something to check up on life for my own self, this is what I do. I do my own reading because, yes, I can see life for myself. And after that, I go check with 2 sources that I can trust. So in the past, right now I don't have anybody, but in the past, I would see what I would see from my own life, in my life. Then I'd go to 2 different tarot readers at the very least that I knew were good tarot readers that knew what they were talking about. And I would compare what I saw for my life and in my life with what they were saying, right? And then I would make an educated decision. Why do I say that? Because sometimes, tarot readers can give really bad advice. The ones that are charlatans, the ones that are out there to earn a buck or to sell you something that you don't necessarily need. So because of that, and also on my own part, when I would look at my own cards, I would use them as a comparison to see if what they were coming up with was similar to what I had found that my guides were telling me. And that's how I've lived my life as an adult, is by comparison, because I never wanted to make a decision, especially a huge decision. I never wanted to make a decision just based on what I thought I was seeing. Because as a reader, sometimes we can influence the things that we see because we have the power of manifestation. So I didn't want to do that. But that's a way that you can also, but they have to be people that are reliable, people that don't have nefarious reasons like getting money or, oh, I see this and I'm going to take this off of you. Run, baby, run. Most cannot. Most don't. Most take your money. Been there, done that. As far as paying people, and nothing ever changed. But you can always counterbalance what you're seeing, what you're hearing, or what you're sensing with at least 3 different readers that will be on the same sheet of music, slightly different, but same sheet of music more or less, to where you can say, okay, yeah, okay, that person's a good reader because they're on my frequency, they're picking up this, I'm going through this, they're picking up on this. And that's how I normally then make my decisions. Tarot is very important to me. I've only been using tarot for 30 years because before I'm a natural medium, clairvoyant, empath. So since I was born with a gift, I never needed cards. And that's why you always see me turning to the side and looking off into the distance, because I'm being fed, I'm being given information. So I don't necessarily just need cards or use cards. But yeah, if you ever have a feeling like, well, I don't know if this is going on, or if this is just what I'm hearing from this reading or whatever, instead of, just guessing that may be going on, maybe check various readers or go to various readers that you know are good, actual readers. I've gone to readers, and this is not the way I work. I've gone to readers and they're asking me questions. When I do my general readings, I don't ask you a damn thing. I tell you what I see. After that, then I ask you if you have questions. So for me, if a reader is already asking you to tell them all the information, that's not a reader. That's a charlatan. They're trying to grab information from thin air, and then they'll turn it around and turn it into a conversation and tell you stuff. That's not the way readings work. Readings are for us to tell you what we see. So don't waste your money. But yeah, if you really want to know if somebody's got you tied and bound, if somebody's got you by their side, even though you can't stand their happy ass, you cannot stand the sight of them, they can't stand being with you either. That's what's called, I don't want you, but I don't want nobody else to have you. I don't want you, but I don't want anybody else to have you. I can't stand you being happy with anybody else. I don't want nobody else to have your money. That's my money. I had a reading, 2 weeks ago, where the Queen of Wands came through in the Libra reading, and she said, quote unquote, to the Libra collective, that's my love, that's my money. And then she came back and said, haha, it's my money. So in other words, you can have the body, but that's my money. And you cannot have that. Newsflash, some cross watchers and some Libra collective don't think about a person in the sense of how much money they have, how much money they can bring to the table when they get in a relationship with you. They simply want the person because of the way they feel towards the person and what they see can long-term be with that person. So newsflash to you, Queen of Wands energies out there, you can have the fucking money. Nobody wants the fucking money, because love is not about money. Love is a sensation and an emotion that's built inside the heart and grows outwardly as an expression and how you treat the person. And it's so sad that how you treat the person is how much money they can bring to you. And once they come to you, it's important for you that you keep that money. Well, guess what? More power to you. But that's why people tie and bind you to them. That's why family members will go out of their way to look for someone who can do the magic to bind you to their daughter or son, because they cannot stand to lose. What do you mean you're going to walk away from my daughter or son? How dare you? Because it's a slight on me as a parent. How dare you want to move away from them? How dare you not want to be in... That's my daughter, that's my son. They're perfect, don't you know? How dare you not want to be in a relationship with them? That's the way they take it. I can't let my neighbor know that my daughter or son is getting a divorce. I'm going to tell you something. The people that are more susceptible to this is the ones that have castes. That you have to be of a certain class, or else you're not even a person. And because of the way that they feel, whether they have a lot of money or don't have any money or didn't come from money and now they have money, that is the most important thing to them, is to make sure that nobody takes them out of that level. Don't mess with my money, don't mess with my status, don't. That's so sad. So sad. That is fucked up on so many levels that I don't even know if I can unpack that. But that's why people will curse you. They will bind you to the other person. And every time you get close or closer to getting away, because the magic, this is the other thing that practitioners will not tell you, but I'm telling you, because I'm very honest. You have to, for that kind of magic, because you're working against the free will of a person that you're binding, you have to do that magic over and over and over again, because it becomes weaker. And as it weakens, that person starts wanting again, feeling that pull, I want to leave. Feeling that pull, this is not a good relationship. Feeling that pull, I want another way of life. I want to experience something different. They will do the magic again and again and again. Oh, they're thinking of divorcing you again? Oh, they're threatening to leave you? Oh, it's okay. Such and such, need your help again. Here's some money. A lot of things can happen to the person they're binding. One, they can become very severely depressed, so that's mental illness. Two, they can become crazed, like they can go crazy because they're always internally wondering why their life has to be this way, and when they foresee that they could have a different life. And then three, it can turn into a physical illness. And I'm speaking spiritually right now. The metaphysics. I'm not talking about doctors. Go see a doctor if you need to. But it can turn into physical and mental illness because you're forcing somebody to stay where that is not a naturally occurring thing within them. That's so sad. And people, even my friends, because I don't do magic anymore. Even my best friend says, if I knew how to do magic, I would be doing magic to get myself this, that, and the other. No. Comes back. They say threefold. No, it comes back tenfold. Karma is a bitch that bites you on the ass. Be careful what you send out. That's why the biggest read out there for people that are pagan is, do what thou wilt and harm none. Do whatever you want to do so long as it doesn't harm someone else. So you think that's not a sin, it's not karma to be binding people to be with you when they have free will that God has given them? Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. So yeah, you might have the person tied and bound to you for right now. But golly, I don't know. Call me crazy. I don't want somebody that has to be forced to be with me. I want somebody that wakes up in the morning and sees me and smiles from ear to ear because they know they're with the person they want to be and that they're not tied and bound necessarily just to have to be with me. And vice versa. I don't want to be tied and bound. People out there with their bad juju don't even think about binding this girl. I don't want to be bound to people like that. Yeah, I don't mind being legally bound to you if that's what I want. But being spiritually bound to you by magic because you just have to have me and you don't want me out with Tom instead? No, man. What the hell? So not everybody that's pagan does bad shit, people. Get that through your thick head. And, don't think that everybody that knows how to do magic is going to go out there and do magic on you or for people just because they know how. Remember what I said in the other videos. I normally would do defensive magic, meaning I would do protective magic for people that were being harmed or people that were bound and tied. I would do magic to remove those bindings, to cut those cords that had been put there by magic and not because they wanted it, So again, you have to be very careful. I'm not saying be suspicious, but especially here in San Antonio and other countries, San Antonio, Texas, and other countries that are very much into magic. Don't be surprised and shocked. Don't be surprised and shocked if those people do magic. Don't be so even if you're from another country and you changed your religion or your family changes their religion, like for me, my mom christened me as a Catholic, and then the father that raised me was a Pentecostal Christian, and then now I'm pagan Christian. Don't put it past people just because you happen to change religions from where you originally are from, that those people are above doing magic to you. Really? Do you know that the people that don't believe in magic, do you know that the people that refuse to believe that there's magic, do you know that those people are the easiest ones to get to as a practitioner? Do you know that those are the easiest ones to bind, to do magic towards, to do magic on? Because you don't believe it, so you'd never suspect. You'd never suspect. Because in your brain, no, people don't do that shit. Guess what? People do that shit even to you. Be careful, people. Always put a hedge of protection. You know what? People say, oh, you believe in crystals, that's magic. No, dude. It's not necessarily magic. Read your Bible on crystals. Read your Bible on the 12 tribes of Judah. Read your Bible when it says, put on the full armor of God. Read your Bible. I'm not sitting here like some people that come onto YouTube and denounce that they were pagan, denounce that they believe in tarot. I'm not doing any of that shit because I'm not a fucking hypocrite. I'm telling you that simply because you decide to believe that someone very close to you, like a friend, a girlfriend, boyfriend, a cousin, a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a child. Really? No, they wouldn't harm me. Really? How's that working for you? Are you able to leave the person you want to leave? Are you able to make money when you want to make money? Are you able to work when you want to work? Are you able to have friends? Are you able to be on the internet? Are you able to go play basketball down the street? Are you able to go play pool with your male friends? Are you able to grab that drink with your female friends without having somebody constantly yanking you back and not letting you have any kind of outlets other than being in front of them, and they have to tell you where you can go, where you can be. Oh, and yeah, you can frolic if you want, but you better be back by a certain time. Okay. So then I don't have a say about my person. I better not have any thoughts outside of you. I better not look like I'm stepping out of line. I have to ask you for permission on when I can, talk to my male friends if I'm a male, my female friends if I'm a female. No. It reminds me of like Water for Chocolate. Y'all remember in the scene where Tita, she meets, her soon-to-be significant other, and she's so excited, and he wants to ask for her hand in marriage, and he goes before the mother, which is a tyrant, goes before the mother and asks the mother for Tita's hand, and she says, no, but I have not Rosario, I think Rosario was the other one. I have the eldest daughter. The oldest daughter has to get married before the youngest, because Tita was the youngest. Tita's not allowed to get married because Tita has to live the rest of her life out taking care of me. So she wasn't allowed to marry the man she was in love with. So instead, the mother manipulated everything and made him marry the eldest daughter. And he secretly came to Tita and told her, this is the only way I can be with you. I can be near you. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to marry her. So it was a manipulation going on. The parent manipulated everything. So you think parents are not capable of keeping you with someone? Even your own parent. They know that you're a player. They know your player ways. You really think a parent isn't going to go and say, I need to quiet this person down. You think you can, bind my daughter, close her legs already? Or you think you can bind my son and stop him from using his wand on everything that he sees out there, including the sheep? People, don't put others, don't let people make you to believe that they are not capable of binding you to keep you in the moral compass they want for you. In the moral compass they chose for you. You should ask. You don't have to believe me. I'm just one tarot reader. Go ask a few and see what they say. But they have to be people you can rely on, not just every Tom, Dick, and Larry. Because trust me when I say people get on YouTube and they read books and they think that they're so in tune because they can spit out what the card means. Yeah. So anyway, that's Magic 101, where love relationships are concerned mostly. But they will do also crazy things to your finances. They will. In order to not have you succeed, because they may be jealous of you. My friend was telling me, that people literally, as she's come up in the world, have literally to her face told her, I'm smarter than you are. Why is this not happening for me? So forms of jealousy occur. People can do things just out of spite to you. Much less if you want to leave their son or daughter. How dare you want to leave my son or daughter? Or if you're in a religion where you're Christian or something that it's not allowed, supposedly, or you're a Catholic and you've got to get permission from the church, if you were married by the church, to get a divorce, how dare you want to leave my child? How dare you? I'm going to show you. You can have all the shenanigans you want on the side, but you will never leave. Your feet are bound here. Think about it. They're working your free will, my dears. They're working your free will. Or if you know somebody in your life that's a friend, and you're like, dude, why are you putting up with this? Dude, like, for reals. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's all right. He doesn't mean it. I had a friend tell me that her sister was like, he doesn't even give me any. I don't find him attractive. Why are you with him? Is he going to somebody to keep you? I'm asking this because you know me and I know you for 18 years and nobody's ever been able to tame you that way. What's so special about this guy that he's keeping you, even though he's not making you happy in a lot of departments? You gotta ask yourself that. Have you gotten a reading lately? For those that know me, I'm talking to you directly. Have you gotten a reading lately? Are you with him? Why are you with him? Because you're telling people you don't like what you have at home. They don't fulfill you in that way. And, the money's not that great. So why are you with them? Especially knowing you for 18 years. Why are you with them? Food for thought. So anyway, guys, this has been a talk with Victoria Violet on bindings, magical bindings, and certain persuasions, religions, ethnicities, countries that are very susceptible to doing magic on people that are not following what they're supposed to be doing. Oh, you're not wanting to be with my daughter. You're not wanting to be with my son. Oh, let me see. What you got on them? Give me a picture. Give me their date of birth. We'll take care of their little red wagon, and they're going to fall in line. Or my name isn't such and such. Anyway, food for thought, people. Put on that full armor of God. And if you don't want to go to a reader, don't do it. This is just food for thought. Pray to God to give you a sign, to give you discernment, to take the scales off of your eyes so that you can see the real truth of what's going in a relationship that you happen to be in, that you so want to get out of, but for some reason you cannot seem to leave. Ask God for the true understanding and discernment of what is going on there, of why you actually cannot leave when you know in your heart of hearts, when you feel it in every fiber of your being, that you are not where you need to be. Love you very much. I hope this helps someone out there. Victoria Violet on why you may not be able to leave a relationship when it's more than over, it has an expiration date, and the milk is curdled. Love you guys. Bye.